Hey everybody, I have a video here I just wanted to make today. But first I just want to say a couple things to all the people, messages, comments about my dad's situation at Fort Myers. Well, the outcome was he finally got to his house about 2 days after the hurricane. They had some difficulty with flooding and trees down. But once they got there, they found that their power was on, they had air conditioning, they were much better off than some of their neighbors. So they actually had some of their neighbors that were returning to their homes over to their place over the last few nights just because they had power and air conditioning, so they were much better off than a lot of their neighbors. So that was the outcome of that, and thanks for all you for your concern. And another thing I want to just mention, because I've had comments and messages, is Ancient Code did an article on a video that is 3 years old that I did about what you do if you plot the Nazca lines over the entire planet. And I thought this was a very interesting video. Thanks for them for sharing that. It got watched over 100,000 times last week. And this is the only video I've ever done where I did it right after I sat on my microphone and broke it. So it's probably the worst sounding video I've ever done, but it has some very good information. And I wish I would have talked a little more about this and the lines that I plotted, because there are lines near Nazca that are just like the Nazca lines, but they're not really in Nazca, that I also used. But there was a few things that I wish I would have included in this video if I knew it was going to get watched and all that. But thanks for Ancient Code for sharing that. That was very cool. Now, getting back to today's subject, I was going to include this in my Great Pyramid video, but then I realized it wasn't on the Great Pyramid. It was about the Middle Pyramid. But I have talked about these incredible platforms that these pyramids are built, maybe not so on top of, but more built into. And it's one of the most amazing things about the pyramids that just isn't talked about. And I like to bring out stuff on my channel that really isn't known so much. And it just gives you an insight into the bigger picture of how these pyramids were built, the incredible task it took. But I have mentioned it before, and I knew I had heard John Anthony West talking about this, and he showed a few pics of it, and they were pretty incredible, and I couldn't remember which video that was on, but it turned out to be a video of my own. So I'll just share just a brief minute of that, where he really shows you the incredible platform that these pyramids are built into. So here's John Anthony West from the Joe Rogan Experience, just showing you what these platforms look like, and they're pretty amazing when you take it all into context and really what it would have taken. So this is a big mystery of the Middle Pyramid, the platform. Here's John Anthony West.
Hi, they're here. Wood stop. You see where these people are walking?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that this one block? You see those people?
Yes.
There, and then all the way down where the third guy down there is walking, there's another, it goes down to there, and then
So
it goes...
it's like a 20-foot plus block.
It's about 20 by 30-foot block.
Wow.
And then do the next slide. That's what it is, edge on. Those are the blocks. People walking on top, that's what we were just looking at. So those blocks are about between 6 and 8 feet thick.
Go back to the bottom one. So not only they're 6 and 8 feet thick, but they're stacked on top of each other.
That's right, to build it up to that level.
Wow.
Yeah.
6 and 8 feet thick, and then stacked on top of another one that's of a similar height.
And if you go poking back into it, it's all, you see the joints between them are pretty rough. But in fact, if you poke back in there, you see that they fit together, that you barely get a credit card between them. It's just, that's you know, lots and lots of weather over lots and lots of years.